FIU was obviously a great win for our program, great confidence builder for us. Really thought our kids went down there, fought hard, stayed in the game, had some adversity during the game, and it was really a test to our staff and our players and our administration for us to go down there and get a tough win. So really excited about that. It helps us to try to take the next step. We got a great opponent coming up in Louisville this week down in Nashville at Tyson Stadium, and it's going to be a great environment. Looking forward to the challenge and the opportunity to play. Any questions?
What was the biggest jump in improvement that you saw from week 1 to week 2?
Finishing, to be honest with you. We talked about all the time that our team wants to get to the last 5 minutes of the game. And then good football teams go win the game in the last 5 minutes. Felt like the first week we had positioned ourselves and then we faded away in the last 5 minutes of the game, or really the whole fourth quarter. But when we went down to FIU, knew it was going to be a tough game. Our kids had the right mindset. I really think they embraced what we were trying to preach to them about, playing hard, committed football, get to the last 5 minutes, and then find a way to go win. And we took a big step in doing that.
How pleased are you with the way your defensive secondary responded after their performance in week?
They were outstanding. I thought, Coach White did a great job with the game plan, really put guys in good positions. He made the right calls at the right time. I mean, he kept the quarterback confused, and we knocked the quarterback out of the game, which was a big help. Had to make an adjustment on the fly with, they bring in a mobile athletic quarterback that can run around, and then he made another great adjustment when they did that. Helped the corners a little bit with the coverage. We played some cover 2, and just really did a great job of keeping them confused all day.
You have an update on Josh Simon or Gunnar Britton from that game?
We will know later today. I don't. They actually are being looked at today. I'm keeping my fingers crossed. I won't know that answer, though, probably until later today.
Through 2 games, how impressed are you with John Haggerty's performance?
Been really impressed. I knew he had the ability. I knew he had the talent. It was just a matter of when the lights came on, was he going to go out there and do it? He's done it. To be able to change the field like he does is a tremendous asset for us. So really looking forward to the rest of the season with him just keeping producing like he is.
You mentioned with Haggerty at one point it was about him getting the ball out. Does that have anything to do with his background and just they naturally hold the ball a little longer to get out? Is that what his learning curve has been?
Yeah, I think more than anything he's never played the game, and he was a rugby guy, and so it's a totally different game. Matter of fact, he had to pull his old rugby skills out on the first punt. We had a bad snap, and so he caught it and ran out there to the right and rugby kicked it. So he saved us on that one. But he's done a great job of transitioning to football, and he his operation times are good, and he understands what to do and how to do it. So really glad he's with us.
Will Alex resume just that kicker spot after this game, or do you let Corey and him sort of battle that out, or you just?
I'll leave it like it is for right now. I'm glad Renella's back. I think he adds just another talent to that group. But it'll be John and it'll be Corey right now, and then I want to look at Renella a little bit with the kickoffs. See maybe there, but Corey's doing a nice job with that too. But Renella's a team player; he can do all 3. Just happy that he's there. If something happens, that we're able to put a guy in there that we feel good about.
You got Ty involved one play in that game. Just what is it that you're looking for in games that will allow him to have that for you guys to put him in certain packages to go out there? What is it that you're looking for, and what did you see there that it was just one play? Yeah,
we got down there in the red zone early, and I wanted to maybe get a quarterback run in there, and so I put Ty in, and really nothing Ty did. They did a nice job of defending it. And then the rest of the night, how the flow of the game went, I just didn't feel like there was an opportunity to get him in the game. I really want to continue to develop Steven. I think, he has a lot of growth potential. As we all know, he does some really good things and then he does some bad things. And he knows that as well. And he can't get any better if he doesn't go out there and continue to try to play. I do like our quarterback unit. I do like our room. I do think we have several guys that can go out there and help us win football games. But only one guy can go out there and play. And so Steven has shown enough for us to say, hey, let's continue to develop him. But he's going to have to continue to do that because there's other guys behind him that really would love the opportunity to show, hey, I can do it too.
Coach, I know last time you were here, you didn't play against Louisville, so what does it mean to get the chance to play in such a big rivalry game?
I think it's great. I love the atmosphere. I love that we're going down to Nashville. I love it's at Titan Stadium. I love that it's an in-state opponent. Really, I make no bones about it. I would love to play a Louisville or Kentucky every year. For nothing more, I think it's great for the state. I think it's great for college football. So, I know that's not the case, but, just an opportunity to play against a really good opponent. They've done a great job this year. They're playing with a lot of confidence. I think their coaches have done a great job of maximizing the guys that are on the field. The quarterback for them is playing really well, playing with a lot of confidence as well. Defensively, they got a lot of talent on the field. They're pretty fast. So it'll be a great challenge for us, but what a great platform, what a great arena to go out there and show what we can do.
What have you seen from Ja'Cour Pearson in these two games where he's really sort of just statistically set himself as a common target by Steven and produced with that too? Yeah,
I mean, he's playing good football. He's a guy you can count on. The ball in our offense really, it's not, I've said it before, it's not going, we're not saying, hey, let's just go throw it to this particular guy. Really, Steven has the ability to spread the ball around, and every game's different. I think Sloan in the first game had several catches. I think he only had one catch in this game. I would have liked for him to maybe catch a couple more balls, but it's just how the offense is set up. But when the ball's been thrown to JP, he's done a nice job with it and made a great catch on the touchdown in the second drive. So he's a guy we count on.
Coach, you've had back-to-back 100-yard rushing performances by Walker. What's he been doing so well? I think he's averaging about 5.5 yards per carry now, 3 touchdowns. What's key to his success, and what can he do to make it 3 in a row this Saturday?
Yeah, first and foremost, our offensive line has done a great job in the first 2 games of controlling the line of scrimmage. So that helps you in the running back position, knowing, hey, at least I can get to the line of scrimmage and not having to break tackles behind the line of scrimmage. But as far as Gage is concerned, I've been really impressed with him. I mean, he's a former DB, and I was joking with him about you never come off the field, he's never tired. I guess he's used to playing DB and having to run all over the field, so he doesn't know any better that, hey, running back every now and then comes out of the game. But that's just who he is, and I never see him get tired. He does what we ask of him. What impressed me in this game was he made a couple 2-3 yard runs that were tough runs. I mean, they were really good 2-3 yard runs, and that's a sign of a good running back. And, this game, this one against Louisville, will be a great test for him, to see, this is a good football team we're about to play, and they're very talented. So he's going to have to really handle, the run game. And I've said, hey, we were running back by committee in these first 2 games. I think it's apparent that he's kind of set himself apart, that he's the every down back for us. But we'll count on our other guys. They're ready to roll, and I'm sure it'll be a next man up mentality if something happens with Gage, but just really impressed with him so far.
Going off of that, do you have an update on Jakari Moses and his future?
Yeah, he's probably out for the season. He's going to have knee surgery. I'd be surprised if he's back for the rest of the season. But it was disappointing because I thought he had a really good first game, but that's football, unfortunately.
He redshirted last year, so would he be able to get potentially something at the end of the year, apply for something else?
We could see, yeah. We usually wait to the end of the year to do all that. I can't fully answer that question, but if there's an opportunity, we'd love to do that if there is one.
How does it feel now to have that first official win as a head coach out of the way? Does it feel like there's any pressure that's been lifted, especially after what happened in week 1, the way that you followed it up on Saturday?
Really not, to be honest with you, and it's not a statement for the media. I was just so happy for our kids about, hey, a challenging game, being a tough opponent, how they responded. I was just more happy about that. I haven't thought much about, it being my first win and those kind of things. It's a long season. I think, if you rest on your laurels, you're going to go get your butt beat. So I had 24 hours to feel good, and now we're moving on to Louisville. So that's the mentality I'm always going to take.
When it comes to Louisville, they've changed some. They had a regime last year. Now they've got Satterfield that's doing some new things. And through their 2 games, they look like a different team, obviously, than the last. Just how do you prepare for Louisville? What do you see in them? It just seems like they've really shifted some things for this year.
Yeah, number one, I think they're putting their best players on the field. They've maximized their talent. They're an odd front football team on defense, and so their linebackers are really good. They have a lot of good linebackers. They run well in the secondary, so they have a lot of team speed on defense. So I think they put themselves in a good scheme, and they're playing with a lot of confidence defensively. They're a little bit exotic on third down and bring different pressures, try to confuse offenses. I think our offensive line will play well, but I do think it's a game where the quarterback's going to have to do a great job of getting the ball out of his hands and understand that he can't sit back there all day and hold the football. They're a big, physical, talented team that's going to get pushed in the D-line. From an offensive standpoint, I think they've done a great job with the quarterback and what they ask him to do. They're kind of a zone read team, play action team. They let him move around a little bit. He's athletic, playing with a lot of confidence. They'll take those shots down the field when the opportunity's there. I think their operation of how they do things, watching them, they seem pretty cohesive on all 3 phases and how they handle situations. So I just see a totally different football team. Now, I wasn't here last year, but I watched kind of the tapes from last year and really watch everybody, to be honest with you. I just see a totally different football team. They're playing with a lot of confidence, doing a lot of good things.
How important do you think it is, too, to start off 1-0 in Conference USA and kind of take that first win and put it in your pocket for later in the season?
Yeah, I thought about this. If they told me I was going to be 1-1, how would you like it to go? I'd rather go beat FIU and get the conference win. So that's how I look at it. Our first goal is, hey, let's go win every conference game. That's our first goal. So, you never know how things work out. Maybe at the end of the day, the best thing that ever happened to us is we had a tough loss in our opener, and maybe we learned a lot of lessons from it. Now, we'll see down the stretch. We'll see. I told the football team, and I think it was in the media that, that win at FIU really does a lot of things for our football team. And I said, hey, watch what happens to your season. If you'll just keep building confidence, continue to take the next step, you'll have the season you want to have.
For a game that's against an in-state rival at an NFL stadium, I'm guessing you don't have to do a lot to get your team fired up for Saturday.
No, I don't think so. I think the main thing is control your emotions. Make sure you're playing within the game. You're not worried about all the outside factors that sometimes people get caught up in. There's going to be ups and downs. It's not going to be a perfect game. We just got to get to the last 5 minutes and find a way to go win it in the last 5 minutes.
All right, thanks, Coach.